Remember, remember the 5th of November.
Hey guys, this is Chase, that guy with the gloves, and today I'm doing a review on the WWE Defining Moments Sting. This figure is largely based on Sting's appearance at Starrcade 97. It's more or less just kind of a version of him from that era though. Packaging looks really cool. At the top of it, it's got the S's for Sting. On the side, it's got a picture of him, looking pretty cool. On the back, it's got some scorpions. And pretty much just a short description on who he was during this time in his career. Mainly he was taking on the NWO. So let's get a closer look at the packaging. We're going to take Sting out of there. Alright, so here is the backer diorama from the Defining Moments Sting's packaging. It looks really cool. I can pretty much tell that this photo that they used for Sting on both sides, which looks amazing. This is kind of a screen grab from the WWE 2K15 reveal trailer for Sting as a DLC character. This looks just like that. But like I said, man, that's really cool. And you got an autograph of Sting right there. And just a little gold plate for him to stand on. So yeah, it's really badass stuff. I love that the Defining Moments figures have these little backer cards that you can take out and use as dioramas. Really cool. And here's a closer look at the Defining Moments Sting out of the package. And I gotta say, guys, this is going to be in my top 3 figures of the year. It's a really good figure. I can't say enough good things about it. I do have some minor complaints, but other than that, nothing major. Yeah, the look of this Sting figure, especially in the trench coat, it's perfect. Really captures everything that was awesome about his attire and his entrance from Starrcade 97. Give me the bat. Thank you. One minor complaint that I have was that his bats were aluminum. They weren't made of wood. But in a weird way, I can almost kind of understand why Mattel made the bat out of wood, because when they repurpose it, like maybe if they make another Cactus Jack with a barbed wire baseball bat, or if they just want to make another character with a baseball bat, they could just repaint it to be brown or more of a wood color. But it would have been nice if this was filled in to look like an aluminum bat. I do really love the wood texturing on there, so even though it's not made of aluminum, I'm not really going to like knock it down a point or two or anything like that. It's just a little inaccurate, but nothing to really complain about. Even though I just complained about it. Okay, whatever. Let's get a closer look at the man called Sting. And man, this coat, absolutely badass. I really love what Mattel does with their fabric entrance coats and just their fabric shirts and stuff like that. They're just really well done. This one's nicely detailed. It looks just like Sting's trench coat. I like the big shoulder pads on here. The collar up here looks nice. The stitching looks really amazing. I bought 3 of these Defining Moments. Well, actually, I bought 2 of these Defining Moments Sting figures loose. And this is the one I won from Jerry Horror. Really cool. It would have been, the only thing missing from it though is that it needed like a slit down here in the middle. Sting's hair could have and maybe should have been just a tad longer than how it is here, but I really do like the length. It doesn't hinder articulation at all, and it's really easy to pose and stuff like that. So I like it. I think it looks good. The brown could have been a little bit darker, but again, I'm happy with how it turned out. The face looks really good, just a blank staring expression like what Sting used to do back in the day. I think it looks just like him. Really love all the little details on the line work and stuff like that. I mean, it's really cool how they got all that little detail on there. The neck joint is painted a different color, or not the neck joint, but the neck is a little different than what you're going to see on the arms. It's a little bit more tan, a little bit more of a bolder flesh tone, and it's mostly just due to the fact that that the black is the dominant color of this plastic piece, so they just had to paint over it. Not a huge deal. It's not really noticeable all that much. I do think the necklace turned out pretty good. Not too certain what that's supposed to be. I don't know if it's kind of a religious thing or whatnot, because Sting is a really religious man, so I don't really know what that's supposed to represent, but that's a nice little detail. His shirt on his attire looks great. The padding on here is really good. There's like a line that goes down here just to, you know, add further detail. Love this scorpion. It looks so badass. The detailing on it is amazing. I mean, you can see all the little hairs and stuff like that on the scorpion. It's just awesome. These shoulder pads are really cool. I really like them. It makes me look forward to finally one day seeing a 97, 98 Undertaker with his shoulder padded attire. I wish they were made of a soft material because it does kind of bend out his shoulders when he rotates. The gloves look good though. Just a pair of black gloves. I'll probably paint on some details and stuff like that because Sting wore a bunch of different gloves back in the day. I could probably paint on a bunch of little scorpions. His pants, they look really cool. I like how you can actually see the like folds and stuff like that in there. It looks good. I wish the Seth Rollins Elite figures had these because he kind of wears something like this just without the padding everywhere, and so does Nakamura. So that would have been cool to use for his figure. And Sting also has like the padded areas everywhere. So he's got kind of like a cod piece, and he's got two on his hips, and then here on his knee pads. It's a really unique look. I like it a lot. These boots are really cool. Just a pair of short boots with buckles on them, but really nice. Just, they're kind of Crow-esque. You know, they just add to the Sting character because this version of Sting is heavily based on the Crow. Articulation-wise, his head can rotate 360. Again, thanks to the hair being kind of shorter. Can look up and down. You get some bobbing action in there. Ab crunch, really nice. The detailing on the scorpion kind of stops there. Not a big deal. Rotates at the waist. Shoulder rotates all the way around, but does get kind of pushed out from the shoulder piece. Upper bicep rotation. Single bend in the elbow. Rotates at the wrist. Bends in and out. Or pivots in and out. His legs can go forward and out and all around. Rotates at the upper hip. Double bend in the knee. Can rotate at the boot. He does have a bit of a pivot in there. It's kind of stiff. His feet do go backwards as well as forwards. One thing I saw a lot of on Instagram when this figure first came out, people were doing arm swaps with him. They thought, you know, that the overly muscular arms were a little too much for this Sting figure. Like it was a little inaccurate, but I like the way it looks. It looks more like how he did from the early 90s, and I think it's okay. Overall, I'm really happy with how the Defining Moments Starrcade 97 Sting turned out. Couple little gripes here and there. Wish the bat was aluminum. Kind of wish maybe the neck area was painted up a little bit better. Other than that, I think the figure's perfect. And oh yeah, the shoulder pads, I kind of wish they were more of a softer material so the articulation wasn't hindered as bad. But overall, yeah, I think it's damn near perfect. I mean, overall the aesthetic of it I really love. This fabric coat is awesome. It's probably my favorite accessory of the year from Mattel. The bat is still cool, and I like all the wood texturing on it. Sting's attire looks great. Love the big scorpion on the front. All the details that they put into it is amazing. Love the face scan. Really like how the hair turned out and how the face paint turned out on the final product. Bringing back an older review system of the 10 out of 10, what would I give this figure? I'd have to knock it down a few points for, you know, the stuff that I did complain about, but overall it's a badass figure. Highly, highly recommend it. Gets a 9 out of 10. this Defining Moment Sting figure is a runner for Figure of the Year. Alright guys, this was Chase from Burnout Inc., that guy with the gloves. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe. You can check out all my social media accounts. I'm doing a lot of WWE 2K16 live streams. They've been going really well, so I'm going to keep them going. You can reach me at thatguywiththegloves@gmail.com, and I'll see you next time.